Hello everybody. How you going? I hope that answer is very well. So what I would like to say is welcome to Tracy Creating. I am Tracy, and throughout this video, may you be inspired, learn something new, or simply relax while you're watching. So as you can see, we're going to check out how the Perspex shapes have gone. I have an acrylic pour on one. I have alcohol ink on one and resin on the others. So I just want to glove up because I don't really want to put my fingerprints all over the resin or the Perspex or anything. But yeah, I just really wanted to, I thought we'd use tonight as a, let's see how it went. So, alright, gloves are on. Okay, so, excuse me, there are a couple here, like these ones and that one, that were on the 45mm and the rest are on 3mm. So let's have a look. Right, so one of the excuse me again, sorry about that, let me have a drink. Okay, so one of the benefits, well, there's several benefits, and as you can see, I also have squares. These are in the 4.5mm, and this is the one that has the clear plastic coating either side. The benefits to these are they are really light, and also possible to customize their shape. Hello. I'm going to check out how these worked out. Yeah, so clearly, as you can see, customizable. So we have Australia, including Tasmania, which was a little bit of a challenge trying to work out how to have Tasmania attached, but really happy that we got that sorted out. Okay, so if we go to this one first, this one the other night with the others, and this one is one of the ones that has the clear backing. So with that, so you peel off the, oh that's what I was saying. Another benefit is when you peel off the front plastic or paper, depending on, they may come looking like this. So you peel off one side and leave the other side on. And so then you do your pour on the side that you've peeled off. And once it's dry or cured, depending on what you used, you can flip it over and peel off the back, whether it's the plastic or the paper again. And it's a really quick cleanup. So that's what we're testing out. Right, so this one in particular, oops. Hello Mandy, how you going? Alright, so this one looks like this on the back. So you can see where that resin came over and how it's frosted, and that's because that plastic is still on there. So let's try and pick up an edge. Sure. you go. Edge right there. So I can peel that off. And you can see everything that came off with it. So normally you would either sand that down or spray paint or covering cork over that. This is how it looks on the back. Nice and shiny. Very reflective. Let me see. Where am I? Hello, hello. Hello, Jelly Bean. How you going? Good, Mandy. Oh, that's awesome. I've had a productive day again. It's fantastic. So I feel great. Thank you. So yeah, so now there are still some sharp edges around the side. These were dried by putting straight down onto plastic, not with a cup underneath it. So not like that. So they were put down directly onto plastic, and I think that makes a difference because some of these edges, which I can try and snap away at, there we go, is coming away. So that might be just a simple problem of just snapping that off wherever you find it. And I'm just pushing towards the back side of the coaster, just using thumb power, so you know, not a lot of effort. A little bit there. There we go. Yeah, that's awesome. Really happy with that. So that's all ready. You could put your bumpers on there and be done. So I'm sorry that light gives off such a glare, but it's actually really perfect for showing some of these items with the paper and the peeling and all of that. Awesome. So that was a resin piece. So this one here, I did alcohol ink. Give it a white background. So it looks like that with a sort of white background, which I thought was really pretty. And you can see on the back, see all those scratches? This is what having that plastic protects from, having those scratches directly on your Perspex. So now it's just a matter of getting a hold of those edges, which I've seen Jeff and Erica from Artist Till Death use another coaster, use another piece of Perspex to get a little corner up and then peel that off. So there was barely any mess with the alcohol ink, but that's okay. Like, the coaster is still beautiful and stunningly shiny. So could seal that. I could resin that. But if I were going to, I wouldn't take that plastic off yet. I'd leave that till the very last. So you could do your alcohol ink, your spray. I prefer the Krylon UV Archival Varnish in matte. And then give it a resin coating, but still leave that back on. And then once that was cured and everything finished, then peel it off. Pretty much leave it right till the end till you peel it off, put your bumpers on, and boom, done. So I think that's pretty cool. I would like to try some more colourful pieces and see how they hold up on the clear. But I went with green because I can't resist green. So now I'm hesitant to put them down. Okay. Right, so which other one? This one was an acrylic dip in some leftover acrylic paint. So you can see that side's the paint. It's all dried. It's come over the sides and some underneath. So you'll see that when I peel it off, because it is the clear plastic protector. I just used my thumb then and I managed to get a little lip. Try and keep this in focus as much as possible. See that there? Alright. So I had some go over the back. Not a lot. But it looks amazing. Turn it over. Again, if I were to resin this, I would not have taken off the back. These were tests. So, look at that. That's amazing. I love these. Really, really happy. It's good to see how they turned out. Absolutely. So this one has already been removed. So you can see the crystals where they sank to the bottom. Again, that does have a nice round thing, no sharp edges, so that's awesome. Every time I do one of these, I'm more and more excited about it. Alright, so here's another resin. Let's do an Australia. That's the same. Alright, now this one's going to be a little more tricky. We will have to be careful around Tasmania. So this was the one I did in the video. And some of the resin did end up draining off and dripping off. So we have some wonderful mess back here. Because first off, I laid it flat on the plastic. And then I thought, oh, that's crazy. I need to get the drips. So then I lifted it up and we have some drips over here, down around Tasmania, the connection. Yeah, so, and in here. So let's see how that one goes. I think what we need to do, yep, I've got an idea about that. I'll work on that. So just doing that idea, getting a little lip going. I'll scratch that one. Was it enough of a lip? Maybe not. There we go, I can feel it then. Okay. Love that, Australia. Awesome. Where did you get the Perspex links from? I actually had a friend do these for me, so if there's any that you're interested in, I will be able to organise that. I just wanted to do these tests and see how everything went before I got back and ordered some more or anything. So this is something that I will offer. And for some very special people that I'm posting parcels out to, may just receive some, hint hint. Okay, so that peeled off awesome, but we do have the Tasmania. So I do have some tweezers here, which I'll try and get under that protective paper, plastic, without causing any harm. Need to come from the other direction, I think is what it is. They're all gorgeous. It's a trade secret. It's not really. It's just a friend, and I will be organising some more so that they could be ordered. There we go. Under that Tasmania. Got it. Awesome. So there we have it. That is so cool. Really happy with that. There's the back. Where's that light? There it is. There's Tasmania. There we go. Super sauce. Super, super. Now this one I really want to try. This one is, I know this is kind of a little bit repetitive, but at the same time, this is what you test for when you get something. You got it, Mandy. All right, so this one is majority transparent and clear. So I did these two after the video. So this one has some transparent and clear in it as well, because we want to test all these things. So this one I remembered to prop it up on the back of a cup so that it can deliberately create the drip bulbs. So you can see those there. All right, let's see how we go. Potentially might start with Tasmania and see if that makes it any different. There it comes. So I snapped the piece of paper, but that's fine. It looks like that might be the scenario in that area because it is a lot narrower. Okay. Here it comes. Oh, look at, there's a bulb right there and at the top, and they have just popped right off with it. Not that one because it's stubborn, because it's right near the tip. Okay. This one down in Tasmania might be a little bit of a challenge as well. All these things to factor in. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is looking amazing. Okay, so I got most of that off. I'm going to try and get under this paper to get the momentum going to pull off that bulb. Look at that. So it can prove to be a bit of a challenge. There we go. Without reverting to the tweezers because I fear scratching the back. So that one just pulled off. But look at that. Maybe if I grab the bulb and try and coax it up. I got the bulb off. Yeah. Okay. Stubborn. Very good to know that some of these more edgier, pointier areas around the country are a little bit stubborn. But if you're willing to sit there and work on them, okay. So glad I thought to put the gloves on because my fingerprints would be all over this now. That one's off. So on a round shape, there we go. The back is all off of the Australia. Let's move everything for a black background. What happened there? Let's there we go. No, I don't. It might be easier to take the gloves off, but knowing how much I just handled that piece, I wouldn't want my prints or anything all over it like that. So that's how it looks down. That's how it looks up. And you can see me right through it. Very cool. So that shows around the state, around the country, I should say, in these little separated nooks and crannies. It can be a little bit more challenging to remove the specific drip, especially around Tasmania here. But knowing how much easier the first one was, this one here, and this was the one that I put flat on the plastic initially. So flat down and then peeled it back up and put it onto a cup. And that one peeled off with so much more ease than the other one. So that is good to know. So now, this one. These ones that I did in the video, I put them on the plastic as well. So I forgot to put these specific ones up onto the cups or the little lids that I use. Okay, peeling it off now. Awesome. So that was all of that. Now it's beautiful. Let's feel the edges. Couple of bits, and just run your hands around it with a bit of force. Yeah, and use that thumb to just go roll over the edges, and it's actually removing any sharp bits. That one's complete. Well, once it's got its bumpers on. So this one has that interference in it. Like that one, Mandy? Sorry, which one was that? Because I missed when your comment came up. I purchased a sign today that says, mistakes are proof that you are trying. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, not all mistakes are mistakes. They're learning. So this one is going back to that 4.5 millimeter width here, and this has the clear on it, so you can see there's a combination of where I've run my fingers around trying to smooth off the back of the resin, and some bulbs. Where'd that reflection go? There we go. So let's see about this one. This one has a really smooth coating around that edge, so let's see if that makes it harder to pick up the plastic coating. Because there's resin around the entire thing. So I know this is not like a pretty pour or a type video like that, but it is most definitely got some experience in it and results of learning which way is better off to do it. So this resin is just popping off that plastic on the back as I bend it to lift it up. You can see it. There we go. So that's everything that would have been on the back of an MDF or a tile or anything like that. The edges, feeling those, are smooth. They do have that separation there because they're such straight edges, and as the resin's gone over, it's separated on that very sharp edge, well, direct edge, straight edge. So yeah, that's how it looks on the back. It's reflection gone. Don't know. There it is. The Clear Australia. Oh yeah, awesome. Square edge maybe. Yeah. So far I'm finding it amazing. I'm finding that more complicated the piece, possibly the best it be laid directly flat onto a plastic level surface. So let your drip offs happen, and then when you go take it to your curing rack or dust free zone, whatever it is for you, yeah, just have plastic lining the shelf and then place it directly down. It removes, like, if it's leveled out like these ones, it's less of a pop to get it up off that area. Let's see, I know I'll have to come back to do Tasmania. Let's just see if we can get all the way around. That one missed it. So I'm finding that the more bulbish type drips are the challenge. So if you can lay that flat on the surface, go with that, I suggest. And that's what I'll be doing because that's what I've learnt from this experience. So come down the bottom. Trying to hold it all in your hands and it's just making it harder. So yeah. There's a bulb right there. See? No. So that I'm not aiming at the plastic, I'm going to push it at the side of the bulb. Oop, and it's over there. It came off nicely. Come around. Yep, that bit came off. So this one's nearly done, which is a lot less effort already from that first one. But that's probably based on the fact that the first one was the first one. And that's what you learn from. So that one's a lot more stubborn. Let's see. There we go. Beautiful. That was a lot more stubborn because it was right in there. So just things that you could factor in. 1, 2. I don't want to do the same thing too much on this one or Tasmania might break off. Stubborn edge. All right. So yes, I am aware that not the usual video, but this is what I needed to share with you. I'm risking Tasmania here. And I got it. Beautiful. Is there any more? No? So we can see on this one. Oh yeah, there's some transparency under here. And over in Queensland a little. And in Tasmania. All the way across the bight. Nice. There we go. So, yes, a lot of effort, I know. My recommendation, definitely put your wet resin pour, acrylic pour or alcohol ink directly flat on plastic to dry, to cure, whichever it may be. And let's just go this one. It's already got it lifted because this is flat, being flat on the plastic. Take that right on the edge to that. Da, da, da. And can you see there? Come on. Those sharp edges I'm talking about here. And go around then. Look, removed it already, just like that. It's so fine and thin because the rest of it came off with the plastic. So there we go. All right. Feeling around those edges now, they're all pretty good. There we go. Fabulous. All right, so let's look at all of those who've had their backs removed. They're amazing. So different. We've got an acrylic pour in there. Got the alcohol ink over here. So it does make it really hard to see unless you had a white coffee table, if you're going to use it that way. Put the bumpers on and then you'd see that hovering above the white table. So yeah, something to work on. So yeah, I do have squares as well. They're 4-inch squares. So just a couple of millimeters bigger than a tile. So I haven't tried them yet. I can't imagine it being much different from a tile, so which is why I opted to start with the rounds and then the Australias. But check this out too. We have Queensland. So much bigger, but let's put it that way. It goes that way. How cool is that? So thank you so much for coming in and watching tonight. I really appreciate it. So I know it wasn't a pour, but it was most definitely finding out these amazing results so that we can do more in the future, and to also show you what can be on offer with that. So how amazing the cleanup is. It's all done. They're just ready for bumpers now. Sealing of the acrylic pour and whatnot, but that's okay. So yeah, here we go. In Australia, I've already had a request for this, or for one of them. So yeah. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up on your way out. I hope that you've learnt something out of this or are keen to try it. So I've sparked some inspiration maybe. And yeah, so, or you've just relaxed while you've watched along with me. So please leave a comment for those watching the replay. And please share it with others. That's a fantastic way that you can really support these channels, including myself. And I know that I can say is very, very much appreciated. So still very interesting. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate that. Yeah, so now happy to play a little bit more. Even these. Oh my gosh. I was so excited with these. So happy. Can't wait to play. All right. Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you, Mandy. So please, if you have to go anywhere, take care. And from myself, always be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.